Mrs. Idayat Hassan. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Oh, thank you very much. And it's Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, please.
Now, how would you assess the government in the past year with respect to security, where the presidency has scored itself very high?
I think that in respect to the security, that's where this government seems to have actually failed, not just in terms of policy analysis, but for Nigerians. If you look at it in the last 1 year, even in the last 1 week, the level of insecurity around the country is quite high and bound to even go higher. So on Boko Haram, I think that the president has done substantially well in the last 5 years, with the exception of 2019, when there was a spike in the number of deaths. It could never match with what we had experienced previously, particularly in 2013 and 2014. So Boko Haram, a lot has been done, particularly setting up even the Operation Safe Corridor program to take in repentant Boko Haram members, low level, mind you, and of course, establishment of the Northeast Development Commission, which is also looking at what is happening on ground, trying to help the survivors of the Boko Haram insurgency. But other forms of insecurity seem to have actually skyrocketed. When you look at herders and farmers conflict, it's been at the highest in the last 5 years and even 1 year, really. But what is more worrying is the banditry in the Northwest. The banditry in the Northwest, or whatever, it's even becoming very difficult for us to actually classify what is happening in the Northwest. If you look at what is happening in Kaduna, separately from what is actually happening in Katsina, which is the president's home state, Sokoto, Zamfara, and the whole of that belt is being stemmed with insecurity. The secessionist bid in the southeast of the country is also not gone down either way. It's not gone down. People continue to believe there are still attempts, and there is all sorts of skirmishes between the Biafrans and, of course, the Nigerian security. Kidnapping is rife. That is in all parts of the country that you find kidnapping. Then, of course, criminality itself. Even in the Niger Delta, where the government has actually done substantially well in terms of addressing some of the concern, going ahead with the presidential amnesty program and getting more people in, there is still piracy going on there and actually in the Gulf of Guinea. So when you look at it holistically, yes, in terms of Boko Haram, we have actually seen some changes, positive, really, but in other forms, conflict, insecurity seem to have mutated across the 6 geopolitical zone of the country. And in the last 1 year, even the last 1 week, you can give evidence to that.
Ms. Hassan, thank you so much for coming on the program. She is the Country Director of Campaign for Democracy and Development. Thank you so much for coming on the program.